Hello, it's James from JRTBs. It is July 3rd and it's really hot. It's around noon and it's already in the 80s. High humidity, feels like it's in the 90s. It's been weeks since I've been able to get into the colonies. It's been raining so much and I've had a few other issues with one of my dogs, and long story, but I have not been able to get in to the colonies. Last time I was with any bees was this swarm that I did catch right in that tree. I have a video of it. I put them in and I transferred them over about 5 days later into that nuke box. I didn't see a queen or anything, but they're bringing in pollen and they looked fine at the time, so I just put them in that box and walked away. There's still a lot of honey on all of these colonies that I haven't had time to get off yet. I still have 2 supers full of honey sitting in the honey room that I haven't had time to extract yet. And actually I went through it the other day just to check for pests, and I found one lone wax moth larva. It was right in the middle of one of the supers. There was no damage. It was basically in one cell. So I went through everything and pulled that out, so that honey's still good. Just trying to find the time. But this colony here, this 3 high nuke, they are busting at the seams. By the afternoon, the whole front of this colony will be solid bees. It just gets hot, and there's just a lot of bees in there, so I definitely want to break that down and put them in 10 frame equipment, and I run all single deeps, and obviously there's 15 deep frames there, so I might just turn it into a double deep. I'm not sure, but I want to go into this laying worker number 11 and see what's going on, and I'm hoping to take number 14 off of there and bring it down there and use that as my deep. But last time I was in here, I didn't see any new eggs, or new signs of laying workers, so I just put it back together, and it looked like they were waiting on a queen because everything was polished, the cells. And also I gotta apologize because I don't know when the camera is gonna overheat and shut down, but it will eventually. I don't know, there's no shade here. Hopefully some clouds come in, but I'll do the best I can. So yeah, it's been a while since I've checked this colony out. If anyone has any ideas how to keep their camera from overheating, I thought about setting up an umbrella. I think it's the sun that beats on it. It's black. I think it's the sun that ultimately overheats it. Yeah, it's hot today. A few bees. Right now, this is double deep. I have a queen excluder here, and it looks like this top super is full of honey. I'll pull it off, see how heavy it is. There's definitely a lot of bees. I'm hoping just to break this down. They haven't had a queen in so long. I would think their numbers are going down. So taking a box away shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, this actually isn't full. I don't even think it's half full. I did take a full box off of them, and I put that on. There was a little bit in at the time, but the flow is pretty much come to an end. There's a little bit of stuff here, clover and some flowers, but for the most part, the main flow is over. I'm going to go through some of these frames and See what's going on. Looks like honey to me. This looks like an empty. They're starting to draw it out. Just so heavy. Yeah, this is all nectar. It's all drones. There is some worker bees though, I see there. Yeah, it's all nectar. 75%, 80% drones. And the laying worker, probably. I'm gonna just scoot over and go to a middle frame and just see what's going on here. If there's any brood or anything up here, or this is all honey. Yeah, it's hot. Whew. It's probably more the humidity is worse. Alright, so I'm looking in those cells. I don't see anything. It's all drones, a lot of drones. I'm not seeing any eggs, but there's they're all cleaned out, the cells. Like they're cleaning them for a queen. There's definitely no eggs yet. Let me try one more, and I'm gonna take this box off and see what else is going on down below. This is just honey. It's honey on both sides. Alright, let me put this back together and we'll go down. I mean, if they still don't have a queen, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this colony. I just have to shake them all out and take a loss. And I still don't know what happened to the original queen. Drop my hive tool. Camera's still on? Yep, still on. This one's got some weight to it. Definitely some more bees down here. Camera ready, closer for you. Alright. Let's start over here. Looks like I got a little bit more room. Watch out, girls. It's a very light frame. It's all pollen. This side's just about empty. Yeah, all the rain we've been having, they've probably been sitting home eating honey, I'm sure. Probably should have got the honey off a week ago, but I just didn't have time with the weather and with work. It's all pollen. Some empty cells there. Lots of drones. A bump in my hand. Alright, I see some eggs. I also see some queen cells. But there are our single eggs. There's single eggs down in there. I don't know why there's all those queen cells. They all look like good eggs. I don't know if you could see them down in there. Also looking for a queen. Actually looking down into those cups. I'll show you. Oops. There's an egg in that one. Nothing in that one. There's an egg in that one. So they've made a new queen, and now they'd like to swarm. Okay. Well, that's good news. They finally made a queen, and we're looking for her. I don't know if you could see. I don't know if the light is right, but the little eggs, every single cell, open cell there has an egg in it. So I'd say we're queen right. But I don't like all those queen cells. There are definitely swarm cells on the bottom there. Just eggs in them right now, so they were just laid, but. And there's all eggs in the open brood there. They're open cells, it's all eggs. There's still some of that funky drone brood. They're all hatching out. There's some big drone. Oh, there's a queen right there. I don't know if you can see her. You see her there? She doesn't look very big. I'm gonna get her. Yeah, maybe I will. I'll mark her. That looks like our queen. See if I can get her caught here. Alright. So we do have a queen. I'll mark her red. Let's see if you guys can see this. She's not real big yet, but she's laying. Alright. So she's marked. Nice colors on her. She's a light golden queen. So this was all that messed up drone comb, and it looks like as it hatches out, they're fixing it. Which I'm glad, because it was really, if you look back in other videos, it was really messed up. And look right there, it looks like they're chewing open some of that drone comb and probably getting rid of it. Yeah, there's larvae in there. Okay. Still, camera's still on. I guess it's not that hot. I feel hot. Alright, so I'm happy with that. They finally made a queen. No eggs or nothing in there. They're just drawing that out. Just want to check and make sure we get all the queen cells. I just set that queen down alongside the hive to keep her safe and let that paint dry. Pollen. Don't see any eggs on that one. Not a super amount of bees So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to put her in here in the bottom, make it a single, and put that, just give them that one super. As soon as I get another super extracted, I'll put another wet super on top so they have room for the summer and to start building up for winter. There's some funky, couple weird drone comb there, and there's a cup there, nothing in it. There's some crazy comb there. There's another cup here, let's see. And there was a larva. There was a larva in there. Yeah, I thought we're pretty much past the swarming, but they will go if they get too congested or if they really want to. Now that looks like normal worker brood, and they're capping it there. I mean, it's been a while since I've been in here. It could be from the new queen. She's might have been in here a while now. Like I said, last time I was in here, it looked like they were preparing for a new queen, and that's exactly what they were doing. So yeah, there's eggs around the outside of this, and they're capping that white larva. You can see that in there. Some of it's capped, some of it's not. They're slowly capping that. There's a cup right here. Let's see. Nothing in that one. I saw another cup somewhere on the bottom. Nothing. These are all just starting cups. Nothing in them. They're pretty calm. Camera's still on. Their light frame. And it's all cleaned out cells. They're all polished, no eggs. Same with this side. No eggs, all polished. So they're getting that all ready for the queen. That's perfect. Let's see what's in this last frame. Watch out, girls. Another light frame. See all the drones? This is a messed up frame. It might be an old. No, I built this one. It's got double staples. This side's okay. There's some room. Pollen. Some empty cells. Okay. So they're doing good. Watch out, bees. Get a little testy. Pulled the queen out. Let's get these back in. This one's got some room to lay and pollen. Put that on this side. And let's see, what was this last frame? It's a light frame. That one's got a lot of room to lay too. I'm going to stick this one in the middle. This time of year, if you break up the brood, it's not that big of a deal. Just want to give them a frame that they could use right in the middle. And I'll just have to keep an eye on this one. Make sure they don't want to continue to swarm. There was just those I guess 3 or 4 cells that had some eggs in them. So we'll have to watch that. Alright. So we're going to let the queen, she's good, marked good there. See if she'll walk out. There she goes. Okay. Queen excluder back on. Watch out, girls. And what I got for space. I got the brand new super. I just put it together last night. Just to give them space and let them start propolizing it up until I get I'll get a wet super on there, which they can start using right away. Let me get their super back on. There's plenty of honey in that one for them. For the whole summer at least, and some. There's always something. You know, there's always something trickling in. But yeah, there's probably 20 pounds of honey in that one. So now I'm left with that deep box. It has probably 4, nothing on the frames. 6 of them have some honey, but I need that box for that packed out nuke. So I'm gonna put this one on top. Ugh, it's heavy. Watch out, girls. And I'm gonna use my fume board and try to drive the bees down out of it into their own colony, and then I can take that box down with me and figure out what I'm going to do with that nuke. Alright, so while that sits there, let's go down in the shade. This bottom of the apiary is all shade. And oh, it's 10 degrees cooler. So, yeah, let's see what's going on. And it's pretty cool down here still in the shade. And the bees, there's a top entrance, and the bottom entrance. Last night the whole front was just covered. That's been like that. It's been like that for a while. So let's, I guess we could start breaking it down. I will use the new top. Set my nukes on. It's hot, even in the shade. That should help. That should help the camera. Yeah, look at the top. It's just, I don't know if you can see the amount of bees up there, and the queen could be anywhere. So I gotta look out for her. Won't see her on there. Looks like honey. Just gonna take this right off. Yeah, feels pretty heavy. I gotta watch the front there because my hands will be crushing bees. Yeah, that's heavy. 5 pounds probably. Probably 20 pounds or so of honey in there. I mean, the bees are just packed in there. It's a nice day. I mean, they should be out foraging for something. I see some pollen coming in. I'm just going to take this one right off too. Get down to the bottom. Yeah, see, this one is half the weight, so it's probably all brood. The queen could be in there. There's a dead drone. Alright, so now I need that deep box. So I'm going to leave you here in the shade. Hopefully that has been enough time for the fume board to work. But I'm just going to bring it down here and I'll probably shake it off anyway. So I'm going to set that deep box right here, and I'll shake those bees off anyway. Alright, I'll be right back. Pretty heavy one. I don't know how many bees came out of it, but let them fly off and let's go shut this colony back up. So now they've got a marked queen, red, and under a queen excluder, they got 2 supers. One's empty, just for space. So they should be fine. And this time of year, once the dearth starts setting in, they start slowing down on their brood. Okay. That one's back together. I don't think we'll need the fume board down here. Let me grab my notepad. Let's go back in the shade. And this will be sun in a few hours. This will all be sun. And then up there it gets in the shade in the afternoon, late afternoons. Okay. So what should I do? I'm going to take some of this out. Some of these frames have nothing on them. Some are just honey frames. What I have with me is this other deep. I almost don't have enough room here to work, but I really want that bottom frame, that bottom box, because I already put a number on it. We're just going to transfer some of this stuff over. I need that empty here. quite a few bees. Yeah, these are just honey. It doesn't look like they're going to draw much more wax, and that's a good frame I could put into the bottom deep, because it has some space. So the fume board got some of the bees out of here. There's some space on that one too. We'll set that one off to the side. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Nope, you couldn't see. Sorry about that. A new frame with some honey on it. Put that in here. This frame, they've done nothing on it. Leave that out for now. This one is heavy. That one's pretty much all honey. So maybe we'll try to keep that one to the other side, to the outside. And these don't have anything on them. Just starting to draw these out. Okay. Now, we have number 14. Set that up here. Leave the bees on it. Alright, let me set you guys up a little bit better here. Get you higher. Okay. Hopefully that will work. All right. So now I got my second box here. Set that up. I got some frames to work with there. Let's see. I want to try to get the queen down in this bottom box, which is marked yellow. Still don't know which hive or which colony swarmed last week. No idea. It's a very light frame. Pollen. It's all pollen. Take another look. Pollen, there's a few little bits of brood on there. We'll leave that one down in the bottom. Seeing some brood and some open brood. Being in the shade is nice, it's cooler, but it's hard to see into the comb. Not a very good brood pattern. Don't see the queen. And this is last year's queen. It's kind of spotty, the brood pattern. I don't see any eggs. funky brood. They just never finished. Never finished drawing this out. They kind of drew it out into that crazy patches there. I don't like that, so I'm going to shake these bees off and just get rid of this frame. I know it's some brood, but they've got plenty of bees, believe me. Just in case the queen was on there, but you could see there's no wax on any of this. So that's why they didn't draw it out. It's just a clean, they've cleaned it all off. So this frame will never amount to anything but what it is. So that one's gonna have to go. I'll scrape it down and re-wax it. Put it in another colony. No sign of the queen yet. There's some more brood. That's a better brood pattern there. I don't see any queen cells, so that's good. Definitely not seeing the queen yet. And I haven't seen any eggs. But it's really hard to see down in there. Let me get my little flashlight and see if I can see anything. That's my marker. It's working. Let's see. Now this is just it's capping out and they're cleaning the cells. So there's no eggs in there. Trying to keep all that brood together. That's the frame down here. Another light frame. Packed with bees. I can't even tell what's underneath them. I'm looking for the queen. Lots and lots of bees. Don't see the queen. I'm going to give this one a little shake just so I can see what's on the frame. Just some nectar, a few capped broods hatching out. That's basically an empty frame. So I'm going to keep that one right in the middle so they can use it. But really haven't seen the queen yet. I haven't seen eggs. They're all coming back to this box, so I'm going to shake these bees off into the new box and get this moved over. There's lots of bees on the front, inside, everything. So there we go. Okay. In case the queen is in here. They're all hanging up on the front. Now there's lots of bees in here. Okay, let's slide this over now. So now they should come in. You can see all the bees. They'll come in to the new entrance. Okay, so now let me go grab. This was the middle deep. Maybe we'll find the queen in there. Can't believe the camera hasn't overheated yet. These bees here are really calm. Now that could mean the queen's in here. Not necessarily, but there's an awful lot of bees. This is a light frame. And I see eggs. So the queen could be on here. That's why I pulled it out so slow. You never know where the queen is. I don't see her there. Yeah, this is all that empty comb there has eggs in it. So I'm putting that one in the center. There's still room to lay on that one. Ooh, they're not happy with me. A bunch of them just flied out. I know, you know, once the honey flow starts to wind down, they get definitely testy. That's a nice sheet of brood. Nothing wrong with that. It's open larva. Not seeing the queen. Hopefully the queen didn't fall off somewhere. Be careful not to bump anything on these frames. There's some queen cells. That's all beautiful capped brood. This frame's got some honey on it too. I wouldn't expect to find her here. It's all capped brood. Let me see if these cups have eggs in them. I wouldn't be surprised because this colony was just booming. These are all empty. There was an egg in that one. So, moving them into this setup should help with the swarming. Plus, this time of year, they should be starting to calm down a little bit. I'm not seeing the queen there. So this bottom deep is basically all brood, and there's only one frame of pollen so far. I'm just looking for a queen, not necessarily yellow. She was marked yellow, but they could chew that off. Oh, you probably could see the eggs down in there. So she was on this frame recently. This side too has got eggs. And if I don't find her, I feel comfortable. If I transfer everything over in that other 5 frames, I'm gonna have to shake all of those bees in. And I don't see her. She could be in that box already, or she could be on this last frame. More brood. Turn this around. Just some fat honey. We're gonna have to reorganize what they got in there. Let's see if the queen's on here. I don't see her. There's nothing on this frame. They're just starting to draw it out, so I'm going to shake this one in. Don't see her there. Alright. So I need 2 more frames in there, so let's make sure the queen's not here or there. Shake them in. Alright. These remaining bees here, I'll get them in there too. There's a lot of bees in there now. This was the top box. It's a little heavier than the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, two more frames I could put in there. Let's see. Be real careful. The queen could be up here. Lots of honey on this one. Not much room. Let's pull it out. That's a honey frame. Don't see the queen. Shake that one. Honey frame I'll put in the top box. Well, there's brood up here, so the queen could be up here. Don't see any eggs there. This is just some capped over brood and honey. This will have to go in the top box. It's got some brood, it'll hatch out. And then they'll just backfill with honey. Shake this one in. More brood. It's all capped. No eggs. So she came up here a while ago. Look at all that brood. And another funky frame. Not seeing the queen. See what they did there. This one on the top. Just a funky, really shallow, kind of a waste on that side. This side's all capped brood again. Oh, there's the queen. She has a very slight little yellow mark on her. I don't know if you can see her right there. And she is very small. So I'm going to get her in the clip. Well, no, she's not that small. Get her in a clip. So see, she was in that top She was in that top box, so I don't really need to shake this one. I'm gonna put that in the upper box. It's got some brood. And let's see what's in here. Oh, it's a heavy frame. It's all honey, fat honey. That looks like old last fall honey, and that's definitely this year's spring honey. And this one's almost too fat. I'm gonna set this one off to the side. I might put some frames. I'll put a second story on that swarm. All right, so this is now complete 10 frame box, and I think what I'll do is we had some of these frames here that had some honey and all empty comb. So I think I'm going to put some of these right in the center. Let's break up this brood a little bit. That'll give her some room to lay. This one also, this one's really empty. This is beautiful. She can start laying in that like immediately. Good job, girls. I need to slow them down, so I'm not worried about breaking up the brood a little bit. This time of year, I want them to slow down. And just get through summer, and mite checks will be coming soon. That's next. Check every single colony eventually as I go through. I do inspections, and I'll make videos on that, but anything high, I will do something right away. Otherwise, I'll treat in August, all through August, with oxalic acid vapor. So now, I want to get that queen excluder. It's behind you. I'm going to use a plastic one here, so it's all I have time to grab. I think I have one metal one left. So here's the queen. I'm not going to remark her. I guess I could. She's got almost no yellow left on her. Yeah, she wasn't that hard to find. I will just have to make a note that her yellow's almost gone. Oops, she almost came out. Come on, girl. Come on. There she goes. Oh, she almost came out. Oh, she almost came out again. She's a smart one. Go ahead. Go. There she goes. Alright. So, watch out, girls. I like the metal ones better, but these do work. I just don't like how they sink down onto the top bars. Right now they're up. If it stays up, that would be good. Alright, so now we got this double deep. This is mostly honey with some brood to hatch out. Nothing nothing's really ready to harvest yet. And this frame looks like it's got a good start to it. So I will get this one in, and if they can draw this out, fill it up with honey, that would be nice. I'll let them keep working on that. And what I'll do is I'll make a note. I'll put a wet super underneath and move this up, and I'll just pull this off. I mean, I don't know, I guess I can leave it through the fall, but I want to get this colony a good super going into fall full of honey. And this year I'm going to try, because of the price of sugar, I'm going to try and just let them fill up a whole super and whatever they want in their deep before winter, so I don't have to feed as much. And I'll pull, you know, any fall honey I'll pull off that's above a deep in a super. I'll pull that off, because I only overwinter in one medium and one deep. But I used to take everything off in the fall and then put wet supers back on and just feed, but it's a lot of honey. And I used to, you know, I had 2 hives, and I had 7, and I had 13. Now I have 20, and it just gets, it's getting really expensive. And as you know, the price of everything has gone up, and sugar has definitely gone up. So, all right, let me grab the lid. Okay. Looks like they found their entrance. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll just put 5 frames. Do I have 5? Yeah, I have 5 frames. That one frame has got that funky comb on it, but that won't hurt. I was just going to let this hive just be a resource hive. Anyway, it was a late swarm, and I don't know if you could see, but they're already full. There's a lot of bees in there. Wasn't a huge swarm, but so they're probably still working on a queen, so I'm not going to go down there and disturb them. And then they had a virgin queen. I saw her, so they have to get her mated and all that good stuff. So I'm going to leave them alone. This is that honey frame. Put that on the outside, and this could definitely help them. And this will definitely help them build up faster going into the fall. And maybe I'll turn this into a full frame before winter. See how they do. I might just let them overwinter as a nuke. I did one last year just like this, 5/5. That was one of the 2 colonies I lost. I'm going to give them this funky frame. They can use the brood. And there, now they've got plenty to do and plenty of space. So I probably won't have to look at this one again until probably fall. But I will check the mites on all of them. Okay. That's just one easy way to just use up those frames that I had laying here. Alright, so that is that. So everything kind of worked out. That laying worker hive now has a queen. There's lots of bees in the air. Kind of messed all this stuff up on them, but yeah, I think everything went pretty well. That's about all the time I have today. I'm hoping to pull some honey this week and get that honey extracted that I have in the honey house. But I will keep you updated. At least the sun went behind some clouds here, so it's not so super hot. But all right, just wanted to give you an update. Sorry for the long video. Have a good day. Good luck with your bees.